Okay, you guys, I'm recording now. So I'd like to welcome everybody to our Coach Opportunity Call. And the purpose of this call is not to convince anyone to become a coach, because that's not why we're here. We simply want to let you guys know about what coaching is like so you can make your own informed decisions. I guess before I started coaching, I had no idea what it was like, what it entailed. I had all these questions spinning around in my brain, and if I had known like years ago what coaching was about, I probably would have signed up a lot sooner. I had a lot of preconceived notions about, like, I thought it was all about selling and bugging people, and I thought I had to work all these hours and all these things that probably detracted me from signing up. So I guess my purpose here is just to make sure you guys have an informed and educated basis on making that decision, whether you decide it's for you or not for you. That's fully up to you. It's a very personal decision. So this call is all about providing you with the information that you need to make that decision. So like I said, I do want you guys to ask questions. There's a chat bar at the bottom there. So if you have questions, just type them into the chat, or if you want to unmute yourselves and just jump right into the call, that's fine too. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start sharing my screen, because I do have some slides that I want to go through just to kind of give you guys some background on Beachbody and what coaching is all about. And then at the end, I know Leah has, she probably wants to share a little bit of information. I don't want to talk the entire time myself. And if I go like this, it's because we have gnats flying around all over. I don't know what it is about the bugs, but anyway, if you see me doing that, that's why. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Okay, so can you guys see where it says Intro to the Coach Opportunity? Okay, cool. Thanks, Leah. So I'm going to, let's see. How do I mute? Okay, so I'm going to go through these slides kind of quickly. I don't want to take too much of your time, you guys. So I'll just give you a little bit of my background as a coach. I started in 2014 as a coach. I'm just trying to minimize this here. View, quickly zoom out. Okay, that looks like it's a little bit better. So, okay, and I was just reminded of this yesterday. It was a very humbling experience for me, because right now I kind of see myself as this fit person. I'm a coach. I've done a marathon. I'm certified in PIO, P90X, and now I'm certified in Country Heat too. But my friend reminded me yesterday. She's like, "Oh, Kim, that's so cool you're doing that, because just a few years ago you couldn't even run a mile." And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like for me, it was kind of a wake up call, because I didn't really get into health and fitness until I was 40. I'm 45 right now, you guys. So most of you know that I'm very passionate about helping women over 40, because that's my jam. Like I feel like so many of us have lost sight of ourselves. We have been so busy like with careers and helping these families and all that we've kind of let ourselves and our fitness get put on the back burner. So for me, like I found myself at 40 kind of like struggling with health and fitness, and coaching helped me bridge that gap. Like it gave me so much personal accountability. It helped me kind of create a community of like-minded people that I could relate to online. So I just want to let you know, you do not have to be a fitness expert by any means to get into coaching. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to be any certain place in your fitness journey at all. Like so many coaches, they sign up and they still have like 50, 60, 70 pounds to lose, and that is totally fine. So just a little bit of background on Beachbody too. Beachbody started in 1998. It was a direct marketing company started by Carl Deichler and John Congdon. They started it as direct marketing. So you probably know Beachbody from way back when they did like infomercials with Power 90, thin thighs, great abs. Then it was like Slim and Six. P90X was like one of their breakout hits. But they kind of realized that without the follow through, people would buy these programs online and they would collect dust on their shelves because they didn't have that built-in accountability that you would if you actually took a fitness class or went to a gym. So in 2007, it was brilliant because I don't know of any other multi-level marketing or direct marketing company that does this, where they enlist a staff of people to actually make sure that you follow through post-purchase. So I think that's a key difference here. Beachbody helps you after the purchase. And of course, we help you with your purchase as well. Like, we want to match you with the right program. But what's cool about coaching is we get leads. Like, if people purchase a program, whether it's like 21 Day Fix or Country Heat or PIO or whatever, you are assigned a coach, and that coach will help you after you've purchased the product. So for me, that was really cool. And it really made me think that this is a company worth investing my time in. Because what coaches do is they provide that missing link of online support and accountability. And so the Beachbody mission statement is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy healthy, fulfilling lives, whether that is through a clean eating or a fitness program or personal development, which if you've been in one of my challenge groups, you know I harp on personal development all the time. Because for me, that was one of the key factors that I feel like I was missing in my life. I mean, I knew I needed to clean up my eating. I knew I needed to like hone in on my fitness, but I'm a firm believer now that if your mind doesn't believe that you can do something, your body won't follow suit. And if you've ever done a race or a marathon or a half marathon, you know it is a mental game through and through. So if your mind isn't in the right place, you won't be able to achieve these things. So I know for myself that is so true. So I really try to help my challengers with that personal development piece, and that piece that is tough. That's like the toughest piece to put into play, is making sure that your mind is in the right place to accomplish your goals. So we all have like emotional issues and baggage that we bring into everything we do. So personal development does totally help you break through all those things. Another thing that I thought before I signed up is that I thought coaches were all like super fit, you know, they like to post selfies of themselves in bikinis, and they're all like super young and blonde, and they look like Barbie dolls. Well, when I got into coaching, I realized nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, of course, there are some coaches that are like that, but there's so many awesome people that are involved in coaching of every age, sex, you know, like anywhere in their fitness journey. Like, there are overweight coaches that are doing so many cool things to inspire other people. We aren't all cookie cutters. No matter what you look like and where you are in your fitness journey, you have the power to impact other people. And that's what it's about. It's about impacting other people, encouraging them, inspiring them, and motivating them. And it doesn't matter where you are. If you do that for other people, it will help you. So for me, that's like the karma of coaching. If you help other people, you will end up helping yourself. And I totally believe that, you guys, because even though I love coaching and I do feel like I impact other people, the biggest blessing has been personal, because my challengers end up inspiring me. So another thing that I was worried about before I started getting into coaching was I thought that coaches had to sell products. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to make money, you are going to have to move product, but that's not how we think of it. We think of it as helping people. We connect people. We get to know them first. We get to know their goals, what they want to accomplish, and then we match them with a product. And like I mentioned too, Beachbody actually gives us leads. If you reach a certain level in the Beachbody organization, if you're an Emerald coach, which just means that you have 2 coaches under you, you will get customer leads from Beachbody. So if someone buys something online, you are given a customer without having to actually do anything. So we connect people with products and programs that help match their goals. So for me, I love getting to know other people. I love getting to know what makes them tick, what's in their mind, you know, like what type of programs would they enjoy, what would they not enjoy. And then I help guide them to find the right program. And as a new coach, you do not have to know all of this on your own. You're backed up by an entire team of coaches. So say you've only done one Beachbody program and a customer comes to you and says, oh, I really hate cardio, I love bodybuilding, and you have no idea what to help them out with. Well, all you have to do is come to your team group page, like your team page, and say, okay, I want to match this customer with a program. Well, post your question and you will probably have about 10 to 20 coaches trying to help you out. So we are a system of support and accountability. You do not have to know everything on your own. We are so team-based that it is incredible. You do not, you really don't have to know a whole lot on your own to get started with this, because you have a whole group of people behind you that have been doing this for a while that can help you out until you kind of get your wheels spinning and you know how to do it on your own. And then all of a sudden you'll find yourself in that role where you'll be helping other people because you have that experience. So, okay, team culture. I just want to talk about this a little bit because for me, this has been a really a surprising part of coaching that I didn't quite anticipate when I signed up. I found that coaching has connected me not just with challengers, but with other coaches in the coaching community that I can relate to on so many different levels. And the picture in the top left, Leah is in that picture, and a couple other friends that we met in the New Leader Conference that we went to in LA in January. And I find that I am so blessed by all these other coaches that kind of just get me. In my day-to-day life, I don't necessarily have a lot of people that I could say totally understand me, but the coaching community has totally blessed me with that. And with my challengers too, like in the before and after picture, that's Donna, and she's one of our diamond coaches on the team. And she has provided our team with so much support and love. And that for me, that has been an unexpected part about coaching. So the team culture of just friendship and support is so crucial that I wanted to mention it to you guys, because without my coaching endeavors, I would not have that. And it goes beyond challenge groups. I mean, you kind of get a taste of that with the challenge groups, but imagine that times 10, because your fellow coaches do become your friends. So, okay, you guys are probably wondering, how do coaches earn money? And I'll just go into this quickly. I just want to reiterate that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme by any means. You have to work really hard to earn money. But if you're like me, you're not afraid of hard work and you want to be rewarded for it. And what I love about the coaching opportunity is there's no income ceiling. So if I want to really, really bust my tail and work really, really hard, I'll get rewarded for that. So we make money through retail commissions. So if you have a friend or a family member that is using Shakeology or program already, they purchase it through you, you'll earn a 20% commission. We're getting some feedback here. Can everybody make sure you have your lines muted? Okay, so another way we make money is through team cycle bonuses. So that means if you have coaches underneath you, whether they're signed up for the discount or they're actually a working coach, whenever they make money, you will get a portion of that, and that's called a team cycle bonus. And also when you reach a certain rank within Beachbody, our Star Diamonds earn a really, really fantastic bonus. And I can definitely post more information on that in our sneak peek group that we have. But Beachbody does a very good job of rewarding those who work hard. So let me just leave it that way. So we get the 25% discount. We get prizes every month when we hit Success Club. And to hit Success Club, it's basically just helping 3 people, whether it's that introducing them to a challenge group or enrolled with Shakeology or having them purchase a challenge pack. 3 people, you will hit Success Club. And our prizes have they kind of run the gamut. We get free wearables. We get last year, one of my favorite Success Club prizes was a P90X bundle where we got all of the P90X programs. Mugs, things like that. They're small, but they're fun. They're really fun to get in the mail. Trips, I've been on the New Leader Conference. I've been on a cruise. We've got a Punta Cana trip coming up next year. We've got leadership conventions. You have the opportunity to earn all of those trips. If you guys are going to be continuing with like our sneak peek groups that we do, I'll be going on a trip to Destin in a couple weeks. A lot of our diamond coaches will be going on that trip. That's also something that we've earned through coaching. And also too, if you have a home business, which Beachbody is classified as a home business, you're an independent contractor. So you'll be able to deduct a lot of those things that you normally would have to pay out of pocket for, like your internet, your phone, your fitness programs, things like that. So I don't want you to forget about that. My husband's an accountant. So, we do write off a lot of those things because they are business expenses. And I have to add the disclaimer here too. Beachbody always wants you to know that they don't guarantee us any level of financial success. It's all on you, which is cool. I'm glad it's all on me because I work hard and I want to be rewarded for it. So the basis of what we do is our challenge groups. And what's cool about that is it totally gets you to get to know your customers and your clients. You can help them get to their next level in their fitness journey. And I just want you to know you're never alone. When you sign up as a coach, you never have to run a fitness group or a challenge group alone. You always have the support of a team. If you have one or two challengers, you are not expected to run a group by yourself. You simply add them to the challenge group that your team is hosting. So it's a very team-oriented atmosphere. Right now, we're doing most of our challenge groups on the Challenge Tracker app. We've done them in the past on Facebook. You might have experience with both. As a coach, you can choose. However you want to run your groups is fine. If you sign up on my team or Leah's team, we'll tell you, well, this group is going to be done through the Challenge Tracker. This group is going to be done on Facebook. And you can get together with other coaches if you have a preference. If you only want to do Facebook groups, that's fine. If you only want to do Challenge Tracker app groups, that's fine too. So either one works. Okay, so another thing I really, really want to reiterate, because this is a totally commonly asked question. How much time is required to be a coach? Well, it's about 0 if you really want it to be 0. But like I said, Beachbody rewards those who work hard. So if you put more time in, you're going to make more money. You're going to be more successful. So what I would describe as the entry-level coach would be a discount coach. And I'm going to kind of get into the different levels of coaching here too. So discount coach is someone who only enrolls as a coach for the discount. With that, absolutely 0 time is required. And if you're on this call right now, you guys, you should be a discount coach because you're obviously interested in the products, you're interested in being in challenge groups or some level, you have some level of interest. You might as well be getting 25% off of everything. And that's what discount coaches or preferred customers are. You'll also gain access to our private coaching groups, which is where we plan our challenge groups. We give each other extra support. We talk about Beachbody events, and it just kind of gives you that inside scoop into what's going on with Beachbody. So I kind of think of that as more of a preferred customer than a coach even. So if you have 0 time, that would probably be the option that you'd want to look at. Now, if you have a little bit more time, maybe even an hour or 2 here or there throughout your week, you might want to look at being like a hobby coach, which means you're probably going to invite a friend or 2 to your challenge groups. And really that's all it takes to hit Success Club. Think of these people that you invite as your built-in accountability partners. And for me, that is what has helped me stay on track with my own fitness goals, is knowing that I have friends in these groups with me. Like, it's so much easier to let yourself down than it is to let other people down. So if you really want to be accountable and you want that extra level of support, invite a few people to the challenge groups with us. And so that would be what I would describe as a hobby coach or a brand ambassador. So you might say, oh my gosh, you guys, I love 21 Day Fix. It's totally working for me, but I really need a little extra support. Will you join this group with me? So that's what I would describe as a hobby coach. A working coach would be like someone that Leah and I are. We actually make money at what we're doing. Not that hobby coaches or brand ambassadors don't, because they do. You might make a couple extra $100 a month, which is nothing to sneeze at. But working coaches, like, my goals are big, you guys. Like, this is my full-time job. I love it. Like, I would do it 24/7 if I could. So I'm totally invested. I love connecting with people. I do videos, I run challenge groups, all that. So just because I'm a working coach doesn't mean that you have to be. There is a fit for everybody within this organization, whether you're just signing up for the discount or you consider yourself a hobbyist. And a lot of people start out that way, and then a few months into it, they see the potential, and then they work themselves into hobby coaching or working coaches. So you don't have to necessarily decide what you are right away. We all sign up the same way. It just kind of depends on how much time you have and what your level of interest is. Okay, so let's dispel some of the common myths of coaching. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes, you can earn money right away, but it's a slow build. And I want to be completely honest with you guys. If you think you're getting into coaching to make a quick buck, you will be disappointed, because it does take work. The thing is, for me, it doesn't feel like work because I love it so much. So I really want you guys to be passionate about fitness and helping other people before you decide that you're going to make a ton of money doing this, because I just don't want you to be disappointed. It's not a pyramid scheme by any means. Those are illegal. It's not like that. Yes, it's direct marketing, but yeah, it's completely legit. And if you need any evidence of that, let me know. But been to corporate headquarters, met a lot of the bigwigs at Beachbody, and it is a great company. I have no qualms about recommending it to anybody. So yeah, we talked a little bit already about how coaches connect. We don't push products. It is a slower build with this company because so much of what we do is relationship driven. People aren't going to trust you if they don't know you. So, honestly, a lot of what I do is just getting to know people, getting to know their fitness goals before they will actually listen to me and take my recommendations. So in that sense, it really is not a get-rich-quick scheme. But on the other hand, it's a great way to get to know people, friends that even if they don't buy anything, you have done yourself and them a big service just by getting to know each other better and forming relationships. So it's very relationship-driven. Like I said, you don't have to be an expert or on fitness or anything. Some of us teach, we do fit clubs, we're certified, but that is definitely not required at all. Even to host a fit club, like in your church or your community center, you don't have to be qualified. You don't have to have any certifications to do that. Just a great social way to get together and share fitness with your friends and family. You don't have to be at your goal weight and doesn't require a lot of time. So think that pretty much covers it. So I guess my biggest call to action would be, if this is in your heart and your soul and this interests you, you should not hesitate. You should do it right now, because you really have nothing to lose by signing up. I mean, it's really easy to sign up. It just takes a couple of minutes. You get that 25% discount, and it just might change your life. So with that, I'm going to stop the screen share and turn it over to Leah. Hopefully you've got some stuff to add here. And you guys, if you have questions, type it into the chat bar and we'll answer the questions at the end here. So I'm going to mute myself, Leah, and turn it over to you, because I'm sure there's tons of stuff I've missed. And I would love to I'm sure everyone would love to hear your story a little bit, because you're super busy and you still make coaching work.
Yeah, so I shared a video this afternoon, kind of giving a backstory of how I got involved in everything. But in case you missed that, I'll just kind of do a recap. I joined in June of 2014, so it's just over 2 years ago. And I was in a really rough spot. And I think Kim and I really connect, because I think, when we were approached with this opportunity, there were just things going on in our lives, and I think we were both just really ready for something different, something positive. And, you hear people say, like, I was at rock bottom. Well, I was, like, really at rock bottom. My husband and I had been going through infertility treatments for 3 years. We were trying in vitro, and that, like, literally wreaked havoc on my body. And not only that, but my mind and my soul. I just felt like I was definitely at rock bottom. And when we had decided that we were going to stop trying and just kind of get our lives back, I had just like looked in the mirror one day and I did not recognize myself. I wasn't happy. I didn't really feel like I had a purpose in life, and I was just really starting to like hate the way I looked on the outside. And so I think it was just such great timing in my life when I saw a friend posting about the 21-day fix. So I'm going to screen share because I want to show you a picture of 2 months into coaching and then 2 years into coaching, and just kind of dispel some of those rumors again that you have to be like a certain body type. So here is me. The picture on the left was in August of 2014. So it was like kind of at the height of like in vitro. So I was very uncomfortable and overweight, but I had been invited I had just gotten my diamond ring and I had been invited to a photo shoot, and I was like, okay, this would be really cool to have like some professional pictures. But then the picture on the right was from Summit in Nashville this last July. So I look at myself, like picture on the left, like super unsure of what I was doing with the whole coaching thing, like definitely not feeling like I was at my goal weight, still not really like having a ton of direction. And then like I just can see how much happier I am in the picture on the right. So, people think that I don't think that I'm ready to do this. I want to go through a challenge group. I want to see, I need to lose 30 pounds before I start coaching. And it just doesn't need to be that way. And there are tons of coaches who are proof of that, myself included. So don't think that because you're not where you think you should be, that you won't be successful. And honestly, I think the people that are willing to share their transformation are maybe some of the more successful coaches, because people are following you along your journey, and they know that I share where I started all the time, because I think if someone just started following my fitness page now and saw me like I'm in shape and I'm an insanity instructor, like it would be very easy for them to assume that I was always that way, but I definitely wasn't. So, I've come a long way, and I can't even believe that I'm an Insanity Live instructor. Like that kind of blows my mind. And it's really helped pull me out of my shell. Like I said, I was in a really dark place, and I realized today I drove 2 hours to my hometown actually to meet up with a bunch of coaches in my network, and we were hiking. And I was like, this is so weird that these are my friends that I met online. And so is Kim and I, we met in person, but really we associated each other's names because of our online groups that we're in. But I've never been a girl's girl. I've never had a ton of girlfriends. I've always kind of been closed off, like emotionally, like I sound like a basket case, but it's been so nice to have these girls. Like, I think the people that you are on a team with, you all share some similarities that kind of are the glue that holds you together. And so to be able to like have them to vent to, like they know my story, they know the struggles with infertility. So I really liked that community, and it was definitely something that was missing in my life. I don't live in my hometown anymore, so I like moved to a new city, and I didn't know very many people, and teachers always hang out with teachers, but it's nice to have other friends too. So again, I am a full-time teacher, and when I started this, it was summer, but I was working full-time because, as I shared earlier today, we couldn't afford not to. My husband's also a teacher, so we are not pulling in a ton of income, and we both had a lot of student loan debt. We had just bought a house a couple years prior. We had car payments. I mean, everything that everybody has. But we were just really like not living paycheck to paycheck, but it was getting close at some point in time. And then to have to spend, money for in vitro, like that really put us in the hole. So again, like I think all the stars aligned for this to come into my life at this time, 2 years ago. And we've been able to pay off a ton of debt. We were able to pay my parents back who borrowed us money for in vitro, pay off a vehicle, but again, as Kim said, it's not a get rich quick. And I didn't really know what to expect when I signed up, but I knew I was willing to share what I was going through, and that kind of jump-started my initial success. People were following my weight loss, and they were excited about that. And then I started getting excited about having extra income. So yeah, I work harder than, maybe other coaches, but it's because I would be doing my family a disservice not to. So I choose to personally work a few hours a day. I don't usually work Saturdays. Like yesterday, I didn't do anything with the business. So, but the beauty of it is you get to decide. And, if I have a staff meeting after school and I'm busy, then, sometimes I just don't get to things, but it's okay because I get to make that call, which I love. So definitely is a possibility working full-time. When I started, I was working full-time and coaching JV volleyball. So I was gone all the time, and you make time for the things that are priority to you. And so like your fitness can be a priority for you, your family. And then if, like for me, like we really needed this income. So it's at the top of the totem pole for me as well. So I don't know if I have much more to share than that.
That's great, Leah. I think the one thing that we probably missed a little bit is what do coaches actually do? So we talked about the online challenge groups. So I just want to give everybody just a little bit of additional information on that too, because, they probably wonder, well, what do you do like 3 or 4 hours a day? Because your challenge group does not take up that much time. So a lot of you guys are doing what coaches do already. We call them actually it started as the 3 vital behaviors and now it's 4. And the thing is, if you're in a challenge group, you're probably doing some of them already. So to be a successful coach, you need to be proof that the products work. And all that really means is that you're doing a program and you're using Beachbody products. So for me, I'm showing people I do the 21-day fix workouts, or I'm doing Body Beast, or whatever I'm doing at the time. I'm drinking Shakeology. So a lot of you guys are doing that already. We have to work on personal development. And like I've said, I require that of my challengers. So you're probably doing that already. And then the third thing that we do is we connect. So we tell people about our journey, whether it's on social media or privately, and we're basically sharing our stories. So some of you guys are already doing this. I've seen some of you non-coaches talk about your fitness journey online, and you're posting your stuff already. So we are doing the majority of work that coaches actually do. And you're probably finding that people are reaching out to you and asking what you're doing. So that's kind of how we get things rolling. And then the 4th vital behavior is just recognition, whether that's we're recognizing a challenger for doing a great job or a fellow coach or all that. And for me, it's like gratitude, like what you put out there comes back to you. So that's Beachbody just kind of added that as one of the other vital behaviors. And if you're doing those 4 things every single day, you're doing what a coach does. So it really does not take that much extra time. So yeah. And I answer emails, so I do a lot of like answering questions of challengers, reaching out to people that have questions for me. I try to share my journey as much as I can, whether it's, like showing what I'm doing for workouts. But for me, it's more like, okay, here's a clean eating recipe or a tip or something like that to help my challengers. So I do a lot of that too. So if you like social media, that's a great way to build your business, but it doesn't have to be that way. You could be doing it in person. You could be doing it at a gym. You could be doing it, with your fellow friends if you're hanging out at work. You don't have to necessarily be a social media maven. Like I would probably describe myself. I do everything on social media. But there's so many different ways to build this business that your sponsoring coach will help connect you with the way that works best for you. So
Yeah, I agree. I did not use Facebook whatsoever. I didn't have a blog. I didn't really know what I was doing. So I primarily used my personal page when I started. And then probably 2 months in, I started my fitness page. And like what my day looks like now that I'm teaching is I wake up and I get my workout done because I know that I need to be at my best to be the best for other people. And then I will check in my challenge groups. If I'm posting in my challenge group that week, we have these posting guides that are great. You don't have to feel pressured that you have to come up with things on your own to share with your challenge groups either. There's tons of ideas, recipes, tips, that sort of thing, motivational things that you can share with your challenge groups that are provided for us. And then I go to work. And when I'm at work, like maybe at lunch, like I might have my phone and I might get like some messages. And if I have time, I can follow up. But really, I go to work and my focus is on my job. And then I'm done at 3:30 and I come home, and somewhere between like 3:30 and 6:30, I bust out about an hour of work to 2 hours of work. And that would be reaching out to people who I noticed followed my fitness page or maybe like to post about a recipe I made, and just touching base with them and seeing like what exactly are they looking for. And again, like these are things that 2 years in now I'm doing this. At first it was connecting with people I knew and seeing if they would, be benefited from joining one of my challenge groups. But now that I've been in the game a little while longer, now I've really started using my fitness page to run my business. I'll do like short little workout videos. So sometimes I'm filming those. But really it is basically like just like your life is a blog and you're sharing it on social media. So don't be overwhelmed with that part of it, because if you're already doing it, and like Kim said, you guys, some of you sound like you're already posting about those things. So basically at this point it would just be letting people know that your doors are open for business, quote unquote, and that you're available to be a resource to them.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so nobody has any questions? Are you sure? Okay, does Beachbody support the pop-up ads that you're doing, Kim, or do you do those on your own? So, okay, I'm not sure who asked that question, but I'm sure you're referring to my blog. So I have a pop-up form that just says, I'm a Beachbody coach. If you're interested in joining a challenge group, reach out to me. So that's all my own doing on my blog. I have full control of my blog. I have my own brands. I use Beachbody products because that's what I use. If I didn't do Beachbody, I would be promoting a different type of brand. So hopefully that answers your question. Like, no, none of that stuff is actually sponsored by Beachbody. We are independent contractors with them. We're not employees of Beachbody or anything, but we do earn commission by promoting them. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, and I highly encourage you not to be a billboard for Beachbody. That comes across as being very salesy. Be yourself and just share what works for you, whether it's a Beachbody product or not. Because if you come across as being super salesy, people won't trust you. They want to know what's working for you and what you're doing. But if that's not Beachbody, then you tell them what you're doing. Like I don't use. Beachbody has a line of skincare products that I don't use. There's certain things that they like, certain workout programs that I've tried that I don't like, and I'll tell people if I don't like them. So I'm very honest. Okay, here's another question. How do you get certifications? So to become certified in a format like Insanity, like Leah is, you just take an 8-hour class, and you do not have to be a trainer. You don't have to be a group fitness instructor to get certified. If you teach in a church or community center, all you need is that 8-hour certification. I do know that some gyms do like you to have certifications on top of that, but that's not always the case. So it's just basically that 8-hour class, and either one of us, Leah and I, can hook you up with information on finding a class nearby. They usually run them fairly often in every state and location. Okay, another question. How do you get set up with a team for a challenger group? Well, if you sign up under Leah, she will funnel you into her team. If you sign up under me or another coach that invited you into this call, you will be a part of our team. And we will add you to our team group page, and we will let you know exactly which challenge groups we're hosting as a team. And you will know, like, okay, so my team will be hosting a challenge group starting a week from tomorrow. That's our next one. I'm not sure when Leah's are starting, but we try to run them, every 2 or 3 weeks we'll start a new one. And that's, you just ask your sponsoring coach, when's the next group and how can I get someone involved in that? So hopefully that answers that question. Any other questions, you guys? And just because I'm going to be ending this call, wrapping it up soon, if there are no more questions, doesn't mean that you're not welcome to reach out to anyone who invited you to ask questions. I'll be posting the playback. We highly encourage you guys to ask all the questions that you want answered before making your decision. Because, I mean, honestly, there's really nothing to lose because you can cancel your coaching account at any time. But if you're hesitant, it's best that you know now. And that's what this call is all about. So. Anybody else? If not, I know everyone's time is super valuable, so I'll be wrapping it up. But I do want to thank everybody for joining us, and I hope you got something out of this call. I hope it made your decision a little bit easier one way or the other. And reach out to your coach if this is something that sounds like you would enjoy. Don't wait. I mean, I wish I had signed up a lot sooner. That's my only regret, you guys. Is
Me too.
Yeah, like it really is. Like, if I had signed up the first time somebody asked me to coach, I would be so much farther ahead in my business than I am now. And I kick myself about that every day. But better late than never, I guess. But don't let that be you. And Denise says, me too. Yeah, like don't let your fears get in your way, because that's what I did. Don't be me. Be more fearless than I was. Okay, guys, with that, I'm going to end the call, and everybody have a great Sunday night. Thanks again for joining us.